everybody, and welcome once again to the Now From Nashville podcast with Tim and Chelsea. My name is Tim Leary. That, of course, is Chelsea.
Hello, hello, hello.
And this is a really special episode. Something like this has never happened on the podcast.
We've never had this before.
First of all, artist Ryan Hurd is with us.
Thanks for having me, guys. This is fun.
Thanks for joining us.
Absolutely. This is cool.
First of all, congratulations.
Shiny lights.
This has never happened on this podcast, and I can't remember off the top of my head it happening in the near past. Right now, Ryan has two songs in the top 10. You have the number one song that you wrote, Waves, with Luke Bryan.
Yeah.
Plus, Chasing After You with Marin, just outside the top 10 at number 11, which will be another number one for you.
Yeah.
Dude, two songs within the top 10.
Congratulations.
It's cool. I mean, obviously, I started... I don't know if that's obvious, actually. I started out writing songs for other people in Nashville and have continued to do it while I've gotten a record deal and done some of my own artist stuff.
Right.
And so, I've kind of like consistently had one song on the charts for the last few years, and so it's kind of fun to have. I guess I have that one, and then I have my song with Marin, Chasing After You, and then I wrote the Toby Keith single too, which is, I guess, cracking up toward. Somebody told me it was getting up on the chart, so. It's been a really fun year. I mean, there was nothing else to do when the world shut down except write songs.
So thankfully, you have a background in that.
So now it was like you're sort of starting to see all that work sort of trickle out. And, it's fun. I mean, I love Luke Bryan so much. He recorded another song we wrote called Sunrise, Sunburn, Sunset. That was a number one song with the same writers that wrote Waves.
Yeah.
And then those guys and I have written a lot together. Zach Crowell, who produces and writes a lot of Sam Hunt songs, and then my friend Chase McGill, who's a songwriter. We kind of came up at the same time, and we wrote a song for my album called June, July, August that just came out. So that's kind of like the third song in this little beach trilogy that we wrote.
the beach trilogy.
It is a beach trilogy.
But it's so true, though. I mean, when you say, not a lot of people know this, because it is amazing when we do get to sit down with somebody like you and a talented songwriter like you, who now get to experience, you've written so many songs for Lady A, and you perform, with them on the stage. Mm-hmm. And then, Luke Bryan, like, they don't really get to understand how cool it is that you are a talented songwriter, and you also are like, on the side, I get to also do my own music. It's right. Amazing. It's very cool.
Yeah, I don't think anybody cares that much, to be truthful, about the writing of stuff.
But you say that, but then honestly, when you get out in situations like this and you're like, hey, I wrote this song for blah, blah, they're like, what?
Well, I mean,
it is. I'm not.
It's a cool part of your show. I think half the people know you wrote it, and they think it's cool, and half the people are like, I like this song a lot better than his music. So,
well, I mean, Chelsea just touched on the surface.
Happy.
I mean, you've written for Kenny Chesney. I mean, Beer Never Broke My Heart with Luke Combs. I mean,
I didn't write that one.
No,
I thought you were on the co-write on that one.
God, I wish. I wish I wrote Happy Birthday, too.
Right.
For the copyright.
You would have been getting royalties up until like 5 years ago.
Yeah, I didn't write that one, but that's one of my favorites. I remember being at one of them, CMAs maybe, with Jason Isbell and Amanda, and me and Jason were just like watching Luke play that song live, and somebody's like, this is not my favorite Luke Combs song, and me and Jason looked at each other like... This song rocks.
Idiots.
Well,
this song's amazing.
I'm too busy tapping my toes to listen to you.
Now that you're like you're doing both, you're writing and you're now out in front on the stage. Was that something that was always part of the plan, or you just kind of backed into it? Or
I don't think you back into anything, but I definitely just wanted to be a songwriter for a really long time, and I say that's a terrible word to use, but I love.
But you love it. That's the part of the process, yeah.
But I don't really think I could do one or the other at this point. I really love both of them, and I don't think I'd be fulfilled creatively without the writing side, writing for other people. And I also think I'd get really burnt out if that was all I was doing.
Yeah.
Because being an artist is, 90% of what you do is not music.
Right.
What we're doing right now is technically not any music, right? And you're flying to West Palm.
It's just part of the process, right?
You play for 40 minutes or 50 minutes or whatever, and then you go home. But really, it's mostly just like getting on an airplane or doing an interview, or then sometimes you get to write a little bit, but then it's like taking pictures. And so if you love making music,
those sessions are all the things.
If you love making music, then maybe writing is what's for you.
Yeah.
And if you love kind of the whole circus of it, then the artist part is probably
more your jam,
more your speed, and you can let everybody else kind of make up your words. But I love getting to do both things. It's like wearing a pair of shoes. It's like a left and a right. And at this point in my life, I don't really imagine
one or the other,
having one without the other.
That's amazing.
Now, speaking of airline trips, you just took one up to Chicago not too long ago.
Didn't you throw out the first pitch? And it was like earlier this month, right? It was earlier in the month you threw out the first pitch. I know you're raised in Chicago.
Yeah, and I got to throw out the first pitch at Wrigley and sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game."
I saw that. I feel like that is the loneliest place. Like, talk about being on stage is like a breeze. You put me or you like on the pitcher's mound by yourself to throw out the first pitch. I feel like that would be the most terrifying place on the planet.
Yeah. The press box is really terrifying. I've gotten to do, I think, the pitch 3 times in the stretch now twice, and the pitch is whatever. I have a 2-1 count right now.
Okay.
Right.
2-1.
I'm trying to get to a strikeout. The first one was down the middle. The second one was low. The third one was inside. So next time I get to do it, like a strike is 2-2. So that's my goal. And then doing the 7th inning stretch.
Right.
The first time I did it, I froze. And I was like standing there looking out I can sing in front of 20,000 people.
Right.
It's not, I don't care about that very much. That doesn't bother me. But doing that song in front of 40 is.
In front of the Cubs. That was Harry's song.
And
His best Harry Carey impression,
people get
right?
really, really mad at you. It's like if you mess up the national anthem, like, why, people get real mad at you. Well, they get even more mad at you if you mess up "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" in Chicago. So, the guy, his name is Gary, and he has retired since, but he did this huge organ run, and then he holds the note, and you're supposed to start introducing the song like Harry Carey does, right?
Right.
And so he gets to the note, and it's about 10 seconds of me just standing there because I forgot.
The first word.
I said, just get the word Chicago out. Just say Chicago.
And then it'll come back.
So when I did, it all came back and it went great. And it was whatever. The second time I was a little more comfortable. And Rick Sutcliffe was in the box. He was doing the game that day.
Yeah.
And so I've met him a couple times. And so he made me laugh right before. So
loosened up a bit.
A little more loose.
Well, dude, now that you got a couple under your belt, now it's just going to be old hat when you get back up there.
I would do that if that was a job. Just being a take me out to the ball game singer. That's a good job. I would do that. That'd be a lot of fun.
Dude, the first pitch, just throwing it 60 feet 3 inches. I mean, I would be. Please, whatever, Lord, please don't let me bounce it into the home plate.
The first time I did it, I looked at my friend who works for the Cubs. His name is Jason. I said, "Hey man, let me throw a couple."
Before,
Are you kidding me? Yeah, I don't want to look. He goes, no, get out there and
no
just
cheating.
throw it.
No cheating.
Exactly. So you're not allowed to
on the mound.
You're not allowed to warm up, which I think is a good rule.
All right. No bullpen action at all.
No, and I think it's a good rule.
It's good. Keeps everybody fair.
Yeah,
Keeps everybody fair to the same amount of pressure.
It keeps you, perfectly scared.
Yeah, and you throw it so hard, you just go over the catcher's head. As long as it hits the backstop, as long as you didn't bounce it into home.
The first 2 times they throw to a relief pitcher.
Yeah.
The second time or the third time I did it, the players. It's 2 things. The players can't come in contact with any fans because if they get COVID, then they're done. Right.
Right.
So they can't risk that, so they don't come back out. The other part of it, I don't think they like doing it. So I think they were kind of like, we really don't want to do this anymore. So they sent the mascot out, and he's got this.
Stop.
So you're throwing it to a big giant cartoon.
A big fuzzy situation.
Makes you feel incredibly stupid. And he's okay at catching the ball, but it's definitely not like he's not framing the pitch correctly.
Right. He's like, I'm down there throwing to Yo Gabba Gabba.
He's not
throwing into a giant cartoon.
He's not turning your ball into a strike, if that makes sense.
Right. He's not making it look good.
But it's fun. I mean, I think Wrigley's the greatest sports venue in America.
You've been I feel like I've seen you at a lot of baseball venues.
I'm actually a really big Braves fan too.
Okay, so Truist Park.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
God, that park. I actually was lucky enough to go see the Braves and Dodgers play there a few months ago, and that park is incredible.
Yeah, I mean, they've done a good job.
They've done a good job making you feel like it's still got that old school element vibe to it. You know?
And it never will be like Fenway or Wrigley or Dodgers like Chavez or whatever.
Chavez Ravine.
But it won't. But it is cool, and
it's cool, right?
The stuff around it's fun for fun for a night.
Yeah,
I'm a big Braves fan, and the Cubs. I have always been a part of my life just because I'm from Chicago. But yeah, I love baseball and sports, and I'm a big collector and enjoy hunting down autographs and stuff. Like I'm a 34-year-old, 12-year-old. So
right. Well, when you go to those ballparks, you turn into a 12-year-old kid because that's what they're.
I feel
that's
it.
What
I
they're
feel
there
that.
for. Now, you were talking a little bit ago about if you could just sing that, take me out to the ballpark as your job. you would take that as a career. And before we let you go, first of all,
I
congratulations.
don't think
again.
it pays very good.
It pays like $4 a game, something like that.
But you get community service hours as well.
There's got to be a union, I think, that I could join.
Right, to take me out to the ball game union.
Yeah.
Before we let you go, we do this with all the artists that do the Now From Nashville with Tim and Chelsea. And this is the top 3 things that you need to know about Ryan Hurd. Miss Chelsea, would you like to begin?
Okay, because you're going to save your question because he's almost
Absolutely.
answered it already. Kind of going on what you just said, you were talking about how you're a 12-year-old kid at heart.
Yeah.
If you can recall one item or toy, doesn't have to be a toy, but item that you still have from your childhood,
Ooh.
that you still have with you, what is it?
I don't know. You stumped me. You know what? I had our old family boat from 1986 until a couple of years ago,
Oh, that's cool.
and it was really a special boat. And so that was
Kind of something that stayed
don't
with
have
you.
it anymore.
Yeah.
It was a really old boat.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, we grew up on a lake in Michigan, and so it's been a big part of our life for a really long time.
Yeah.
So we still obviously get back up there and have that house on my mom's side. But yeah, I would say that's probably a good answer.
Yeah.
I kind of got a little stumped off the question.
No,
It's
it was a good answer. Don't worry about it.
Answer. I'm not grading. There's no grade.
Sure. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to go with.
That's
I'm
very
sorry,
cool.
Ryan. We were looking for Teddy Bear. I'm sorry.
Sorry, Ryan. I was looking for Blanky.
I know.
No.
I've gone through a bit of a purge the last couple of years, just trying to like minimize most of my stuff. So it didn't. I don't know how much it's worked because more stuff keeps coming. But
Well, here's question
That's
number
very
2.
cool.
You were talking about take me out to the ballpark as a career. Let's say if you weren't the songwriting star and the country star that you are, and you decided to go down your other career path to have a very successful career outside of
easy.
music.
Left fielder for the Chicago Cubs.
Oh, see? No hesitation.
That's why I said it. I saved
No
it for a second.
hesitation.
His answer with me was 2 seconds.
So easy.
Yeah,
You
to
stumped him.
finish it.
Mine
Damn
was
him,
done
you
in a
give him
second.
all
And
the
here's
easy
why.
ones.
I'll give you exactly why.
Damn you.
Yeah, what a reference. Oh, my God.
Thank you. Sorry.
I'm here for this now.
Okay.
Rob Schneider, Big Daddy. That's
Yes,
so good.
thank you. Hip hop.
Hip Hop
Hip hop
Anonymous.
anonymous.
Yeah. Okay. That's perfect.
He's in it.
I threw out a Dumb and Dumber reference gift today. There's just, those movies just keep giving.
Right, they're timeless.
Here's
They're
why
timeless.
why you want to be left fielder for the Chicago Cubs. They always suck. Don't even come at me with they're any good. They had 4 years of being okay, right? I mean, like, thank you, Theo, but come on. No pressure to play left field for the Cubs these days. You hit 7th. If you just are adequate, they'll keep you in the lineup. You get a day off once a week, and there's just no pressure. Catch the ball when they hit it to you. You're not going to win, so there's no, whatever. So that's what I would do. I would just be the left fielder, make a good living, like become like a legend at like Murphy's across the street
Yeah.
for like drinking too many beers
Live
after
it
the
up.
game.
Live it up.
But just have a great time.
Chicago's a great town.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
like maybe get a job like talking on the radio after
After a game.
for the team.
Analyst,
Right.
yeah.
Just
I'll be hanging out at the Cubby Bear, everybody.
After the show.
Yeah,
After the
absolutely.
show.
You can see me at Murphy's, and you can buy me a beer. How's
Right.
that sound?
And
Right.
if there's no shot of you catching it pop up in the left field, I'm sure Bartman or
I'm catching the ball. I'm
He's
catching
catch
the
the
ball.
ball.
I'm going to be good. I'm going to hit 230 with like 12 homers, which probably isn't any good anymore, but I'm going to be okay.
So you're the
If
only
I'm-
good Cubs player on the team for the season.
No, we're all adequate. We're not going to win a lot, but
Collective adequate.
we're going to be okay.
We're playing for the middle part.
We're going to grow mustaches. I'm just like
We're just going to have fun.
we're going to wear stirrups. we're going to sign a lot of autographs. And like, remember when the Red Sox did chicken and beer, all the pitchers?
Yeah.
Like on their off days, like we're gonna have
We're
a
just
bunch of
gonna do
beers
that.
back in the clubhouse. Like you strike out, like chug a beer. Then like if you hit a homer, chug a beer. Like it's just basically like one big like beer Olympics.
Just wasted by the 8th
I was going
inning.
to say, I was like, we called this intramurals.
Chelsea, last
Exactly.
question.
Right? Last question. I don't want to stump anybody. Last question. If you're open your fridge, your refrigerator, what is something in there? Like just something random that's always in there.
We have a lot of LaCroix,
Yeah.
and we have a really a beer fridge in our garage, which
Yep.
is like very very full of beer.
Yeah.
I don't even drink that much at home, but it's full, which is great. You always know it's there. And then we always have whole milk for the kid. What else?
For the
is in
small
there?
human.
Yeah, and then like those pouches that
Oh.
like for kids that they like they, just if they're, you just hand them one of those things.
I bring those to work in my purse and eat them on the air for.
I love the way Ryan's saying it though. Ryan's saying just hand them there.
You know why? Because they're easy to
for
grab.
5 minutes.
Because they're easy to grab.
They're easy to grab, and they're like apparently kind of tasty.
They are. Speaking for friend
from experience.
Right.
Applesauce.
Just like the guy, he's like, I don't want to make something every time he has to eat.
Here you go, kid. Have some applesauce. Yeah. There you go.
See?
Awesome. Just squeeze it. You're
Just
good.
so you know you're doing the right thing. It works throughout your entire life.
Chicken tenders in 4 hours. Don't worry about it. Applesauce will hold you over.
Exactly.
Exactly.
But he does get a little annoyed when he gets hungry. You could tell he's like,
"Oh yeah,
are you just hungry?" And he knows what that word means now, and he's like, kind of grunts at you like, "Yeah, I'm hungry. I'm really hungry."
Yeah.
He just grunts. All right,
yeah,
Ryan.
my daughter just goes yum yum yum.
Ryan Hurd, congratulations on everything, all the success.
Thank you.
It's
And
just
your beautiful family.
absolutely amazing, and you're going to have an absolutely killer set here in just a few minutes, and the fans are just dying to see you on stage.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you for supporting our song and for having me today. And I can't wait to play a couple tunes for everybody, and it's going to be a great night.
All right, Ryan Hurd, everybody.
Thanks, Ryan.
It's Now From Nashville, a podcast with Tim and Chelsea. It's New Country 103.1.